to 90 proof whiskey, or the way the straight tequila hits me. It ain't the cold beer that gets me here, girl, I'm just a jonesing for you. It ain't the honky-tonkin' guitars, or one of them $50 cigars. It ain't the swinging doors or sawdust floors, girl, I'm just a jonesing for you. You got me just a jonesing.
The trick to these are, so like, see that one? That was my last throw, well over the markers, and like that's fine, but it's when the pressure of the markers come up, it's then how do you not go, oh well then therefore the markers are further, so I have to try harder. And it's trying to go, it's the same, there's no difference, you just have to get past the mental aspect.
Girl, I'm just a jonesing for you. You got me just a jones.
Really starting to actually fizz again, but it took less time to get over it compared to last year, so which is a nice thing to have, being able to stay fit and active and try and get my body back into a good position to throw. Big one is let the body relax into the throw, not try and create something, just try and let it relax under stress, and when you're trying to throw really, really far, like loosen into that. So it's kind of been the big focus.
It ain't your cowgirl boots, girl, it's you. You got me just a jonesing. You got me just a moan in the blues, like some old neon corner jukebox, girl. You got me just a jonesing for you. You got me just a jonesing. Yeah, you got me jonesing, like some old neon.
To be honest, I actually couldn't ask for a better session. I didn't expect to throw well today still. Big manual labour weekend, working out in Allera with family, so I've been a bit cooked. So yeah, the fact that I had my best session in the last 4 weeks is pretty good. So yeah, and first miss was not until throw 12, so that's pretty good. That means I'm in a really good space to throw far. Yeah, Tokyo World Champs 25 was a interesting one. Probably a very unexpected comp, and yeah, I think the way it played out was a bit horrendous, just in regards to how it was handled. And I think, you know, I felt sad for the group, because it was going to turn into such a great final. I knew that the comp was going to be a war of attrition and being able to keep yourself mentally in it. So I think a lot of people thought I was really like annoyed after that throw. I was more frustrated with the fact that I couldn't stand up, and I just didn't know what was going to happen. Like I knew that I wouldn't be able to stand up safely or be able to have any grip, so that was why I didn't complete the throw. But I wasn't actually, like, I was frustrated because obviously there was a chance that this comp could just turn into something that just didn't reflect the ability that I had, and just a very specific situation that was very nuanced. But I kept myself in it, and they took us out. They said we're going to take a break. You know, we sat on the cover for ages, brought us back out, had another crack. No one could stand up. It was still horrendous, so they brought us back. And then they took us in for a long hold in the call room, in the second call room, and then that's when they pitched the idea of, hey, we've got 3 options. 1, comp doesn't go ahead. 2, we throw tomorrow morning, or 3, we continue as is.
Guys, give me a good nudge. Go.
And I just knew, because I was one of the only guys that had really thrown in it, how bad it was. But then again, like, there were guys that drilled in the second time we went back out. Andreas Goodzius slipped over, had this huge egg. I remember sitting next to him, asking him, "Are you okay?" And he said, "I can't, my leg's on fire." So it just wasn't, it was just quite safe. So, and no one really said anything when it was pitched, and I was like, fine, like I'm happy to voice my opinion. I said it's really unsafe. I know that I can't stand up, and I know that a lot of you guys can't stand up, especially as a percentage wise. The majority wouldn't be able to stand up and complete the comp. And I just said, look, I'm happy. I don't want to cancel the comp, but I'm happy to postpone if that's what everyone agrees to, because you know I get it. Like it's unsafe. There's a big risk. You got some big bodies trying to move really fast on glass, pretty much. And yeah, I just don't think that it's worth putting your body on the line if it's something that there's an better option to have a safer. It's it's a weird situation when World Athletics turn around and say there's no rules, do whatever you can to be able to stand up. So people are throwing in joggers, they're throwing in disc shoes, they're throwing with no shoes, like Conor Bell threw barefoot. But I taped my shoe, like reverse taped, so you had the sticky side of the tape on the bottom, which kind of gave me something, but then like, it still was like it could break at any second, and 90% of the time it did. So I felt fortunate I was able to get away with at least competing and getting some kind of distance out there. Actually, media-wise, like the Australian public supported me a lot, which was great, and I was grateful for that. But then there was a few international articles and media that were calling me like unsportsmanlike and even suggesting to postpone and all of that kind of stuff, and saying that the people that didn't medal were just kind of were angry because they didn't prepare well enough. And I wouldn't change my decision at all. Like I think I was proud of myself that I stood up for what I thought and for the best of the group. And I think some people misread it as like, oh, Matt's just trying to benefit himself. And I'm like, no, this is as much as we're competitive athletes. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like, do you really want to put potentially your injury on the line and head injuries and stuff for winning a gold medal? Like, maybe we did, but I think that it was either get on, like you had to kind of get on with it. If everyone agreed, then it's like, all right, well, fine.
Nervous. 5 seconds.
I'm excited for Stockholm because it'd be nice to put a good performance in and get a win there. I think it's like 3.5 weeks of comps. So first one's in Shanghai, which is Diamond League Plus, so 20 grand US on the line to win. So yeah, it's a big one. We want to be really ready for that and throw well. But at the end of the day, like I also want to just win every Diamond League and be, win everything. Like that's the goal, and to get the win over these guys and be really competitive and throw really good distances. So Shanghai's first up, then we go to Barcelona for a little bit for some training, and then go to a place called Tenerife, just a little bit of a smaller comp, but just to keep the arm ticking over in comp, and then we go from Tenerife to Dresden in Germany. I did that competition last year, which was good fun. Germans always love their discus. And then from there to Turku, which will be a great comp, threw 70 there last year, so we'd like to do the same. And then from there on to Stockholm, which will be a big finale for the first trip, and then I'll come home for a few weeks.